Good afternoon, everybody. As we know, a person is can be said as healthy or unhealthy. In same way, when we discuss or talk about a power system, then a power system also will be said healthy or unhealthy. And in other way, when we discuss about the power system, then power system is said faulty or healthy. So then question arise: how many type of faults in power system and which kinds of faults occurs in power system? For this, we will discuss today faults on power system. Faults on power system. As we said previously, there are two types of condition for a power system. One is without fault, and second one is with fault. When a power system without fault, then there is no need of fault analysis, because when system is out of fault, without fault, then it's all phases in symmetrical way. That means we can say if there is no faults, then voltage and currents, this is the symbolically and only for definition and point of view. This is not accurate 120 degree, but we say this is 120 degree electrical. This is you can say, sir, this angle is not like 120 degree. We are talking about and discussing about the electrical degree. So we can redraw if you have some confusion like this. Then all phases in power system like VA, IA, VB, IB, and VC, IC, voltage and current. When there is no fault, then all components are have same magnitude and same phase difference with each other. That is the 120 degree apart with each other. This is 120 degree is the electrical angle. This is the electrical angle, not a mechanical angle. Now, when fault occurs, today topic is types of fault, या faults on power system. So there are two types of faults. One is symmetrical and another is unsymmetrical. This unsymmetrical is also known as asymmetrical. Asymmetrical. Fault. Then what kinds of faults comes under the category of symmetrical fault and which kinds or types of fault comes under the category of unsymmetrical fault? So it is defined when three-phase faults, that means line faults occurs in a power system, then this fault is known as symmetrical fault. And another fault also comes under the category of symmetrical fault, that is the LLG. That means when all three lines are sorted each other and grounded, then this fault also is known as symmetrical fault. Okay. Now we move towards unsymmetrical fault. We talk about a power system which having three-phase system. That is one line A, another line B, and other is C. And other representation also used for this, that is the RYB. To make calculation more easy, we choose ABC. So there is no problem. This is a three-phase system. Now, when we discuss about the unsymmetrical fault, then here is first one is the line to ground fault. Line to ground fault. Second one is when two lines are collide with each other, this type of fault known as line to line fault. Line to line fault. Another type of fault when two lines collide with other and grounded. Then this fault is LLG. That means line to line and ground fault. I am just changing a marker. Okay. So a question arises in our mind. This is the only theoretical. How we can represent these fault? So with the help of these three lines, we can represent different fault. For this, firstly I erase these. So I am just give a idea about how these faults occur on lines. Symbolically, you just draw three phase. These faults occur on transmission line as well on synchronous machines, etc. So, if we talk about three-phase faults, in three-phase faults, it may be happens, all three phases are sorted with each others. Then, when all three phases are sorted with each other, this is known as three-phase fault or symmetrical fault or LLL faults. And when all three phases are connected or sorted with each other, after that they grounded, then this structure or this representation known as line to line ground fault, triple phase with ground fault. In same manner, we can draw all the other unsymmetrical or faults. If we talk about the line to ground fault, I am just considering C phase. When C phase is broken out from its output or this terminal and it is grounded, then this fault is known as line to ground fault. In ground faults, there are two conditions also arises. When faults occur, there may be a impedance, that is the ZF, known as fault impedance. So we can say when faults occur with ground, then fault with ground can be categorized in two way. First one is with impedance and second one is without impedance. So line to ground fault can be categorized fault with ground, impedance and without the impedance. In same way, we can understand when we talk about the double line fault, that is the line to line. Then one line is break and falls on other. Then this is the representation for line to line fault. And when we talk about the line to line and ground fault, so we choose two lines B and C, they are collide with each other and grounded. So this fault is line to line and ground fault. Same concept of impedance also exists here, ZF. So after this lecture, we can understand by looking any graph or any representation for transmission line, symmetrical fault and unsymmetrical fault. Thank you.